Om. 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 So today we are learning chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, with 30 verses. So it should be done less than 1.5 hours. That is the yoga of knowledge and
Sound கம்மியா
renunciation.
இருக்கே.
Volume கம்மியா இருக்கா? Maybe you increase your volume on your side. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
Yes.
So yoga of knowledge and renunciation. Yoga means practice. So entire Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 sections. 1 to 6.
Okay.
So 1 to 6 is Jiva Swarupam, individual, description of who you are. And then it is focusing on Karma Yoga. What are your actions to be performed, and your individual self-effort. That is 1 to 6, Karma Yoga. Then 7 to 12 is Ishvara Swarupa, God consciousness, you can say that way. Then, because if you use the names and forms, that is Saguna Brahman. But here it is Nirguna Brahman, the supreme. So then he talks about Bhakti Yoga. Now we finished Karma Yoga. Here it is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is worship, devotion to God. And then it is, there we talked about individual effort. Here it is Ishvara Anugraha, grace of God. 7 to 12. 13 to 18 is Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. The Atman and Brahman are one and the same. Then it is Jnana Yoga. He has not touched Jnana Yoga yet, but he is just leading us. Then third topic is, there it is self-effort, divine grace, and values, third one. So Jiva Vicharam, first one is Jiva Vicharam, which is inquiry of individual. Ishvara Swarupam is inquiring on God, who is Almighty. Then Jiva Brahmaikyam. So in 1 to 6, you're just summarizing for a minute. The above mentioned 3 topics are covered. All these things are covered in 1 to 6. And the avataram, he mentioned about his avatar, and also meditations were mentioned. In chapter 2, Krishna mentioned that the inner presence does not get destroyed. It is imperishable Atma. Bhishma and Drona's bodies will get destroyed, but the inner presence is ever present. In chapter 3 was Karma Yoga, to remove all the negative tendencies from the mind and perform all actions, duties as an offering to God, accept the result as the gift from God. Chapter 4, he mentioned about the action in inaction and inaction in action, akarma in karma. So chapter 5 and 6, he talked about sannyasa, which is a lifestyle. Vividisha sannyasam and vidvat sannyasam, that is lifestyles. And also third one he mentioned about sannyasa, the renunciation of actions. I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. It's an attitude in the mind. And also talked about, in chapter 6, he talked about meditation. Now in 6.5, Krishna mentioned that you raise yourself. Your mind is both your friend and enemy. That is, self-effort is very important. You can learn you can listen to these scriptures, you can study for years, but if you do not practice it, if you do not put your effort, it is not going to be reached. So 7 to 12, he is talking about what is God, who is God, what is the connection between the universe and God. There is an emphasis for the love for God. So love with trust and reverence is Bhakti. So chapter 7 starts with Krishna's self-introduction. Krishna here uses I and mine. This refers to Nirguna Brahman, one universal presence that has taken an embodiment as an avatar. This is not about God, but God Himself, Lord Himself. Lord is referred to as masculine here. We use this terminology when in fact Supreme Brahman has no guna, no attributes, undefinable, indescribable existence, consciousness, bliss. Therefore, we should see Nirguna Brahman not as an avatar confined in that body. So Supreme is addressing the entire humanity, not just to Arjuna. Arjuna represents the humanity. If you had to talk to Arjuna, mention about Bhishma and Drona, he could have finished it in 3 verses. He doesn't have to do 700 verses. So it is for the entire humanity. According to the scriptures, the Supreme has taken 9 avatars before. The Supreme can and will appear in any form. That is in verse, we have seen in 4.7 and 4.8, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. That means whenever there is a need, at any time, anywhere, to stand up for righteousness, whenever that is challenged, whenever unrighteousness is the height, he will take an avatar. Krishna avatar is referred to as Poorna avatar, complete avatar, because only in this avatar he introduces himself as Nirguna Brahman and advises the humanity as how to live. That is a direct communication from Krishna to beings, in human beings. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita is the instructional manual for living and a doctrine of universal truth. Know about me, he says in chapter 7. I will introduce me in a way so that you have no doubt about me. In transactional life, in any field, people do not share or teach everything. For few critical points, thoughts, ideas are often held back. Your supervisors, managers, they will not give you all the details. They will tell you what you can do. That's all. For personal security. If I teach everything to my subordinate, then I can be axed. That person, they can get it done through that person, right? But here, that's called even trade secret. We say we don't teach everything. But here Krishna says, I will reveal myself all about me in its entirety. I'm not going to hold anything back. So that's verse 2, verse 1. Verse 2 question is, what benefit do I get by knowing Supreme? In transactional life, when whatever we learn, there is always room for improvement, expansion. There is no know-it-all person. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. When we look at the sky, we see few stars, but few stars in there. But when you get into astronomy, you go in depth, realizes that galaxy is expanding. That is applicable to any field, whether it is medicine or engineering or IT. Everything is keep expanding. Now we started from internet to email to Zoom to artificial intelligence. Things keep expanding in every field. So that's normal. But Krishna says, for example, again, I'm thinking about COVID vaccines. COVID vaccines, there is some recent example with each variant curtailing to COVID-19. Now, there was a Nobel Prize to one of the 2 doctors. So that expanded, which was not there before 20 years ago, right? So we keep expanding everything in any knowledge. Krishna says, when you know me, there is nothing more to be known. Knowing me is not an if possible situation. It is when. It is a definite future situation. Everyone is in this path to know me. Until the knowledge is fulfilled, there is always a curiosity and a craving to know more. We all have that. We want to learn more. We want to learn more. We want to know more, right? But once you get this know me, I self-knowledge, you will be in a state of contentment. I know it all. Once in and it happens, he says in verse 3, one in 1,000 of a billion attempt to know me. Out of those, only one knows me as is. It is a rare knowledge. Not all humans are drawn to it. This self-knowledge is a treasure chest. There are several religious individuals around the world, around the globe, but they still don't know me. Why? We can see in the name of religion, instead of synchronizing, unifying, many divide and instigate hate. There is only one, but arguments, fights, quarrels, everything happens because they don't know there is only one. My God versus your God. The word God is used invariably, but they have not understood what that word represents. Verse 4 to 12, he is talking about what is God, who is God. We go to temples, churches, mosques, synagogue, worship for years, and then ask what is God, who is God, do you see God? No one has an answer. Without knowing who that God is, the entire humanity is praying, honoring, adoring God. It is very much like driving your car without a destination. It has become a chore, a routine task. We all call God with different names, but there is no curiosity to know who that God is. This applies to the entire humanity. To know anything, it is logical to move from the known to the unknown, right? So we can always say so-and-so's cousin, so-and-so from this city to that city, near, right? Something like that, some references. So I know her so-and-so, he is my husband's brother's son, or something like that. Similarly, the Supreme is introduced with reference to the world that we all know. If you observe or think about it, everything in nature is happening in an orderly fashion. That is called dharma, rhythm. The earth is rotating at 23.5 degrees and it changes from 22.1 to 24.5 every 40,000 years, according to NASA. So why? Because of their gravitational pull and other planets. Due to large amount of land mass and ice, like spinning a ball with a gum on it. Planets' rotation, revolution, rain, air. See, even when you say rain or air, it starts with a initial breeze, gentle breeze. Then it's a wind. Then it is a gale. Then it is a gust. Then it is a tornado. There is a order. Same with fire. It is a spark, then flame, then blaze, then burn, then inferno. Seawater, horizontal and vertical motions are all currents. So everything is in a rhythm. They all occur and pass. Scriptures say that the universe was created. Some emphasize or believe that in Big Bang theory, that it was a natural process. There is no God, just atoms and molecules came. But something cannot come out of nothing. What caused that Big Bang theory? How did the atoms start? No scientist has an answer. Where did those atoms and molecules and subatomic particles that you are talking about started? What is the source? How are they held together? What is behind them? Here he is emphasizing the Shraddha. It's not a blind belief, but faith with reverence that there is something beyond human understanding that exists. And we call it with different names. The presumption or the assertion is that God is the creator, universe is the creation. Everything is cause and effect. There is a karana karya vichara, they call it. God is the cause, universe is the effect. Just like clay and pot, ocean and waves, gold and jewelry. Now to create anything, we need two things. One is the intelligence and the second is the raw material. See, a dancer and a dance, or a musician and music, cook and food, right? Carpenter and wood, goldsmith and gold. The intelligence is called the efficient cause, nimitta karana. The raw material is upadana karana. So if God is the creator of this universe, what material did he use? Pot maker needs clay to use it, right? Mason needs bricks so that he can build walls. Carpenter needs wood. Scripture says in the creation of the universe, God is both the efficient cause and the material cause. How can that be possible? Shankara gives an example. Think about a spider web. Spider creates the web by using its own saliva. So the spider is both the efficient cause and the material cause of the web. Similarly, Nirguna Brahman, the undefinable, indescribable, creates the world from within. More about this in chapter 14. Humans do the same, I and my shadow. When I walk, I am the nimitta karanam, I am also the upadana karanam. When there is a shadow, it's created, right? So I and my dream. In dream, you see yourself, the seer and the seen. You are both. So God says, you call with any name, is the creator of the world. Creation is for the beginner, that is Dvaita, that is duality. He alone is both the efficient and material cause. This statement is emphasized in chapter 7 to 12. If we say Lord is both the efficient and the material cause, what would there be in the universe? He is both same. So just like the pot is from clay, and we say that the pot is nothing but clay. So the jewelry is nothing but gold, right? If we make dishes with sugar, bakalwa, laddu, whatever we make, it's all sugar. Similarly, the universe from this that came from that universal presence, Nirguna Brahman. The entire universe is nothing but Nirguna Brahman. It is an apparent, as a universe, it's an apparent appearance of Brahman. For our understanding, Krishna divides the entire appearance into two. One is Para Prakriti, one is Apara Prakriti. Para Prakriti is consciousness, capital C, awareness, capital A, Moola Prakriti, the source, the cause, the original. Apara Prakriti is expressions. Anything that expresses is Brahman. All inert. None of them know I exist. They are all the effect, material world, original and shadow. So Krishna speaks as Nirguna Brahman, introduces himself with reference to the universe that we see. If you see in Bhagavad Gita, everything it says Bhagavan Uvacha. It's not Krishna Uvacha. Because Nirguna Brahman is talking directly to us in the form of avatar. Okay? So everything that we see around us are made up of 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth, including this body and mind. We have seen that in Atma Bodha, verse 12 and 13. These 5 elements plus mind, intellect, and ego, there are 8 total. All these are called Apara Prakriti. That is lower nature of that divine, expressions of that divine. Because they are all subject to change. That is why it is lower nature, we can say. Because all these things are subject to change, impermanent. Line 2, in verse 4, he says, all this came from me, my expressions, my appearance. The substratum of all this is indestructible, undefinable, one, and is the basis foundation of all. Verse 4 and 5, the entire universe appearance is split into two: the intelligence, which is Para Prakriti, consciousness, the inert Apara Prakriti, which is matter. I am both the intelligent and inert. Applies to all beings, including you and me. That which is ever present, beyond time, is imperishable. Jiva Bhutan, he says in line 2, that which is the Atman, inner presence in every being, is my higher nature. Here it is, the Prakriti, or Swarupa. That is the substratum, unchangeable cause of everything. The waking, dream, and deep sleep states are all in me. That is the symbolism of Om, A-U-M. When we say Om, A represents for waking state, U for dream state, and M for deep sleep state. Without that substratum, these 3 states won't exist. both in individual body and at the universal activities. That Nirguna Brahman is the cause of entire existence. Verse 6, he says, everything originates from me, sustained in me, dissolved in me. That is why it is referred to as God. God is an acronym. Many don't know. All religions, everybody says God. But what is God? Is generator, operator, dissolver. That is a trinity. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. That is verse 6. Verse 7. Just like the thread is holding all the beads in a necklace, I am holding all appearances together. There is nothing beyond, apart from me. Generally, humans ignore the world. They negate, they dislike, they even hate, ignore people, beings around. But Krishna says, I am the universe, I am in all. So in chapter 6, it was said that Jnani sees himself in all and all in himself without any distinction. Krishna is an avatar. The Supreme Nirguna Brahman is emphasizing that I am in all and all in me. Ignoring the plants, animals, nature with animosity, hatred towards another being, one cannot worship or love God. Bhakti will not come. So, verse 4 to 12 summary is, I am the cause of all, generation, operation, dissolution of the universe. I am both the efficient and material cause. I am in all. I am not different from the appearance. The universe is not separate from me. I am in all appearances. It is all my expressions. Verse 8, he says, I am the taste in water. He just picks few things and explains. I am the taste in water. You will not get that water taste in anything else. I am the light of sun and moon. There are many more mentioned in chapter 10. As we listen to Upanishadic Vedantic scriptures, the supreme knowledge that one appears as many, a prominent transformation happens in the mind. A synchronization mindset rather than classifying and cataloging mindset. We classify everything around. So we have to see the unity in diversity. Verse 9, in continuation to the previous verses, see Krishna, he's in all, and that is the entire universe is an extension of abundance. I am Om in Vedas. I am the humaneness in humans. Humaneness is kindness, compassion with anyone and everyone. I am the smell of the earth. I am the seed in all beings, bija. I am the strength. I am the intelligence in all beings. I am the righteousness. I am the light behind the brightness. I am the knowledge of the intellect. I am the power in all. We use many
Uh,
forms and
so like
yes.
lot of good things are he's saying, right? Righteousness, kindness. Uh, so we have to take that as inspiration, and but why you say Nirguna Brahman and no gunas like that?
It is coming in chapter 11.
Okay.
I am in all. If I say I'm smart, Jiva is not smart. The Atma in here, that is the smartness. This Jiva appears to be smart because of that Atma. Right? So we cannot have, when we say I am so and so, I am the strength, I am the big boss, I am all those things, because I am blessed. The Atman is in that body, which is activating this body to think, make decisions, or do everything. So I am in all. Otherwise, I cannot do any of those as a Jiva. Jiva is just nothing but ego. Okay? So we use many forms and names to describe God. They are all created by human. Just like a pot maker can create different types of pots, a plate, a cup, a flower vase, a planting plot. He can create anything. Just like that, all humans are created. God is the substratum of all. One alone is, one appears as many. Scriptures refer to that as Nirguna Brahman. Brahman is existence, consciousness, bliss. Existence means ever present. Sat, always present. Consciousness is knowledge. not knowledge of, not aware of. Aware of is the intellect. My intellect is aware of there is a pen here, there's a phone here. That is, but that awareness is there because of that Atman in this body. Otherwise, I cannot be aware of anything. Right? Do you see the difference? So the smaller a awareness is of the intellect, but capital A is awareness. That is Chit Chaitanya. Bliss is happiness. That one presence is never changing, indestructible knowledge personified. That Nirguna Brahman has a power which is referred as Maya in scriptures. That is an illusionary power. This illusionary power has no location. It cannot be described as it exists, and you cannot say it does not exist, but it appears to me. Just like the rainbow. If you see the rainbow, it appears, but we cannot say rainbow is there. It appears, that's all. So it projects those that does not exist. Maya. My hand can write. Where is that writing power located? Is it inside this body or outside this body? Doctors cannot identify. Right? If it is outside, I can direct my hand to write and then do something else. If it is located inside, doctors cannot identify. Same with my walking, speaking, listening, all these skills, all these things are expression of that Nirguna Brahman in this body. They have no locus of existence per se. It appears to exist, but neither exists nor non-exists, because there is an expression, right? So I and my shadow. Shadow has no separate existence. One alone is without a second, right? Because if it is very hot, I don't have to carry two umbrellas. It is just an expression. So similarly, one alone is without a second, indestructible, complete, Poorna. That is the cause. Maya, the illusionary power, is dependent on that one Nirguna Brahman. So Nirguna Brahman plus Maya is Saguna Brahman. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Lakshmi, Parvati, we can talk all, they are all Saguna Brahman. Okay, so similarities and differences between Nirguna Brahma and Maya. Nirguna Brahman is ever present without origination, no birth, no death. Anadi Ananta. Right? No dimensions, no appearance. Maya is also ever existent without a beginning but has an end. So both are Anadi. Now, differences are Nirguna Brahman is Chit, Chaitanyam, knowledge. Maya is inert. Nirguna Brahman has no modification, no changes. Maya changes every minute. Nirguna Brahman is independent. Maya is illusionary and it is dependent on Nirguna Brahman. So there's no separate existence for the shadow, same thing. So similarly, Maya has no separate existence. Nirguna Brahman has no attributes, no qualities, no personalities. Maya is three gunas. Trigunasmika Maya. It has got three gunas, right? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. We'll explain that in further future chapters. Nirguna Brahma is truth, Satyam, the power that creates. Maya is an appearance. It is a mithya. Merely by knowing the ever-changing universe, one cannot say, I know God. It is only the inert part of the God, which is apara vidya. So he says, ignorance think that, he is taking two other verses from later part because of the topic. Verse 24, he says, ignorance think that I am part of the world. I do not take a form or name. I do not sprout or appear. I only express, says Krishna. The universe is the expression of me due to illusion. I do not appear and I cannot be known or perceived by five senses, mind and intellect. The entire universe is visible by the grace of God. To know God, he introduces himself in more detail in chapter 9. A bud blooms into a flower, a seed transforms into a plant. These are all expression of that Brahman. So when a jiva is caught in the whirlpool of birth and death and in between, in plurality of good and bad, will not that Nirguna Brahman know it? Yes, Nirguna Brahman knows jivas. That is why he is educating us. Trikaladarshi. So Krishna says in verse 26, of course I know it all. I know the past, present and future in everyone, but no one knows me. This ever-changing universe, that is Maya, because of Maya. That Maya is like the snake. It is an illusion. When we see the snake in the rope, it is there, it appears, it gives us a fear, but it is not there. Right? It is symbolized that it is around in Shiva's neck. Maya is that is around Shiva's neck as a decoration of an ornament. But the same illusion creates bondage to humans. That illusionary power is mine, he says. Nirguna Brahman says. Now we are going back to verse 13 and 14. Topic is grace of God, Ishvara Anugraham. In 6.5, Krishna said, elevate yourself by the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be your friend and enemy. Now, this could lead humans to think that all achievements, accomplishments are because of my hard work, my effort, my courage, my decision. And that could escalate our ego. Lord says, all happenings, all success are because of my grace. A bird can fly only when there are two wings. With one wing, a bird cannot fly. Similarly, individual efforts combined with divine grace, both are important. Both needs to be 50-50. So even a sparrow has to come out of the nest to pick the grain from the bottom of the tree. It is not dropped inside the nest, right? Some may think that divine grace is the replacement for my efforts. Others may think that I can accomplish anything that I want. I have the potential. Others may say, whatever has to happen will happen. It is my luck or my prarabdha karma or the planet's position. We often say Shani Dasha, or the right time. None of this can make anything happen, he says. If you just leave a fruit on the table, after 3 days, after 5 days, it will rot. So left anything as is, they'll become from bad to worse. So both individual efforts and divine grace are equally important. I'm sick, I'm taking medicines. I have to take that medicine. I have to follow my proper diet, proper thinking, proper walking, exercise, whatever I have to do. I have to do. That is my individual effort. If divine grace is there, I will be living happily for some more years. If divine grace is not there, then it is automatically a different outcome. Both needs to be there. I cannot say God will take care of me. I don't have to do anything. That won't happen. So it's both are equally important. To realize that Supreme Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, who is in all of us, is possible only by the grace of God together with individual efforts. With scriptural studying, listening, contemplating, clarifying doubts, get convinced and be firmly grounded on that knowledge. That alone is, I am that in all appearances. It is very easy to get distracted. He says all beings are mesmerized by Maya, the illusionary power. That's an open secret. We see everyone around us, and including us. So when we are in deep sleep, the entire universe is completely covered and we experience joy. That's why everyone likes to sleep, whether it is a president or a homeless person. This is one aspect of Maya, illusion, covering, hiding, concealing, veiling, we can call it. Maya is the illusionary power, which has got two powers. One is the covering, and the other one is projecting something else. In sleep, everything is hidden, also referred to as Nitya Pralaya. It's a dissolution, completely dissolved. You don't remember, or you don't know which home are you in a home or a hotel? You don't know anything. Everything is dissolved. Just like covering does not cause any suffering, but when the hidden is superimposed with something else, projected something else on this fake, that's when the suffering starts. So, snake on rope. if you don't see the rope, there is no problem. If you see the rope as is, there is no problem. But when the rope is hidden and you see a snake on it, then the fear starts. Similarly, in Sanskrit, it is called as avarana vikshepa, hiding and projecting. Atman is covered by this body-mind equipment. I think I am this body-mind, when in fact I am the witness of this body and mind. That is the act of Maya. Pause and look around. All humans are always on the run, chasing after power, position, money, relationship. Everything is perishable, depreciable. These are all glamour attractions that draws us out. Day in and day out, and the entire life without knowing me. Humans pass. To get out of this, escape from this, only when you surrender unto me, and my grace alone can help you escape. This Maya has 3 gunas, qualities or tendencies. Sattva is kind, compassionate, calm, intellectual, analytical, and logical. Rajas is constant physical and mental activities. Tamas is relaxing, lethargic attitude. These are in all beings at different proportions and changes from time to time, even in the same person. I am very sattvic when I wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock until 10, 11. And then I'm rajasic. I want to do these things. I want to empty a dishwasher. I want to go for a walk. I'm rajasic. At the end of the day, by 6 o'clock, I'm just sitting in front of TV. I'm lethargic. This happens, different people have different time modalities, right? So that is called optimum performance time. When there is an optimum performance time that the body has, you perform your best, most important priority task, finish it off, get it out of your way. So these 3 qualities are in every being. The entire universe is intertwined by these 3 tendencies without exceptions. All beings are caught in this web, not knowing me, the universal presence, experience struggles and sufferings. Verse 14, he says, it's not possible to cross over this illusionary power that is easily to come out of this, whirlpool of samsara. Great sages Vishwamitra, Valmiki tried for a long time. How do I know if I am caught in this web? Anyone who is attracted by, drawn by to the temporal pleasures like power, position, name, and fame is all bound by them. All beings are caught in Maya, illusion. Who will surrender to me alone will cross this samsara, can get out of this entanglement. So chapter 6, he emphasized in individual efforts. Chapter 7, he is talking about grace of God. Both needs to be equal. What is surrender? If the front desk employee in a bank or over the phone is not able to answer our questions, respond to our queries, you immediately go, can I speak to your supervisor, please? We go and go to a higher authority, right? Similarly, when we cannot get out of this illusion, we need to approach that magician, Mayavi, that is Nirguna Brahman, Supreme Presence, who is holding the wheel of Maya. What can we surrender? We can surrender only what we have. What do we have? What is mine? In this universe, nothing is mine. You can have all the documentation. This home is on my name. This bank balance is on my name. But when I came, I didn't bring anything. When I leave this body, I'm not going to take anything with me. We come naked, we go naked. Except one thing. That one thing is ego. The thought that I and mine. So surrendering is that ego is essential. I'm not accomplishing. I have so many records of all the accomplishments, but nothing is possible because everything happened because of the grace of God. So that ego always should go. This is what the meaning of prostration in a temple or even at home. When we prostrate, I'm surrendering this body to you. I am not this body. That is a symbolic representation. reverence to God, devotion. We love parents, children, family people, everyone. But when we do that to God, that is devotion. Now he is dividing the devotees into two. One who believes in God, Astika, and another one is Nastika, that is atheist. Atheists are skeptic, agnostic, they do not have faith, and they are caught in Maya. Verse 16, he says, Chaturvija bhajante Amam Janaha. That is, 4 types of people worship me. Nirguna Brahman classifies humans into 4 categories based on the mindset of individuals, not because of what he thinks, not by his choice. All these 4 different types of individuals, but based on their mindset. Very much like classifying, we classify my brother, my cousin, my second cousin, my acquaintance, my friend. We classify people, right? Same thing he's doing. So those who have suffered, first one is those who are suffering, suffer and experience hardship, they approach me. And they are called Artaha. Then second one is those who aspire for position, power, wealth, name and fame, they worship. Both in difficult times and happy times. They also express gratitude. They ask for whatever they ask for whatever they want. They are called Artharthi. Those who want to know me, they are called Jignasu. And those who already know me and realize who I am, they are called Jnani. The first set of people remember me only when they face problem, a challenge, a difficulty in their situation in their life, and often forget me after that. Some lose the faith when they experience challenges. Sometimes I have seen that also. They get angry, they get upset at me. I had a lady in 1974, she lost her husband. She had 3 children and she was so upset. She had a lot of deity pictures at home. She took everything from the wall and threw it out. I don't trust this God. I am praying every day I have been praying because she was so frustrated. She was so angry. She was so afraid. So it is not wrong. That is, she's expressing. That is also the expression of Atman in that body. So some lose faith. Nothing wrong in approaching God. Better to approach the divine than approaching another person. We should not judge anyone based on their beliefs. Lord accepts them all as devotees. Kunti, Arjuna's mother, asked when Krishna was living in Dwapara Yuga, she asked, Krishna, I cannot think of you unless you give me more and more problems, more challenges, more sufferings. Then I always, oh God, I'm thinking of you. Otherwise, I don't have opportunity to think of you. Don't leave me alone. Give me problems, that's okay. But what we humans do, I want to think of you, but I don't want any problems. That is our mindset. See the difference? So the second set of individuals, devotees, worship me for materialistic needs, promotion, wealth, etc., and thank me when they get it. That's why they sell. Sometimes you can see in India, they sell lottery tickets in front of the temple because they think, okay, if I buy it near the temple, I will get it. So they make. So these are also my devotees, Krishna says. The third type of devotees understand that nothing in this universe can give me complete happiness, as the universe is full of plurality, ephemeral, temporary. These people want to know me. They understood one alone is me, self, and everything else around me is a drama. That is why everything that is happening, including this body, mind, intellect, and universe, is all called Nataraja's dance or Krishna Leela. In Tamil, it is Thiruvalayada. It's all happening around me. But I am the witness. I alone is. That is the third type of people. So one is not superior to the other or inferior to the other. All are approaching me with faith in me through reading scriptures, listening, inquiring, contemplating, or rituals. They are all in spiritual path. Every one is a different step, in the spiritual ladder. So one is not better than the other. All these are my devotees, says Krishna. This devotee is always grounded in me. The fourth one. Nothing in this universe attracts this person or distracts his focus. His devotion is complete, for he has no second in his thought. The first three use me as a tool to gain something. Nothing erroneous in that. Even the third one worships me with the thought that I want to know God. That is duality. They are all of them are my devotees. The fourth is constantly aware of that one awareness, consciousness, one supreme me. I am in him and in all appearances. This realization is the ultimate goal of human birth. We have got this human body to realize that oneself. That is Parama Purushartha. நீங்க மியூட் பண்ணிடுறீங்களா ப்ளீஸ் Chandra? He is referred to as Jnani, realized one, not a devotee. I am in him, he is in me. We are all one, says Nirguna Brahman. This is the highest bhakti. He has no needs, he has no wants, he is content within unconditional love, not expecting anything. He is like otherwise, first three are like, Starbucks coffee cup. We use it as long as that coffee is there, then we trash it. That is another example of banana leaves in India. We clean it, we use it, and then throw it in trash. If we use God as that to get something from out of God, there's no difference. And God isolating us or separating us, no big deal, because based on our mindset. Verse 19, he says, every individual starts in stage 1 and progresses to the ultimatum. It could take several years or even several births, or here and now. To such a realized Jnani, everything around appears as supreme. That's Jnani's vision. He does not see the universe as a separate entity. He has realized that one alone is which pervades, penetrates all appearances and holds everything together as a thread in a beaded necklace. Verse 19, line 2, he says, Vasudeva idam sarvam. One humanity. With hatred, animosity, bitterness, grudge, hostility, one cannot reach that state of equanimous mindset. A realized one is free from all these three, everything. Krishna says, I am that Jnani. We both are one. He treats everyone as he treats himself. Now he moves on to the next topic. People worship different so-called gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesha, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Why are there so many gods? These are not gods. There is only one God in Sanatana Dharma. These are called deities, Devata. There's only one Nirguna Brahman expresses as many. Only one substance, clay, expresses as flower pot, vase, cup, plate, bird feeder, or bird bath. So understand this here. Here is an example. Suppose take a bank, or when you take a bank has got checking account, saving account, insurance, home loan, investment. So you go to that particular person to get that done. If you want to open a bank account, you don't go to home loan. So similarly, or if there is a university, multiple departments are there. That is a dean, department head, professors, associate professors, admin. So whatever job you want to get it done, you go to that department. If it is a hospital, again, you've got general physicians, you've got cardiologists, nephrologists, dentists, ophthalmologists, optometrists. So you go where you want to go. Similarly, there are several deities. You go to that deity to get what you want. General public, that's approach concerning individual departments. So you go, because Nirguna Brahman says, I am in all deities. I am the one who blesses the devotees what they ask for through these deities. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all are functionary roles. because the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, is like CEO, CFO, and COO. So they have certain time frame. Then the new Brahma comes, new Shiva comes, because they are all Saguna Brahma. Okay, so devotees, when they get what they want, they develop trust, reverence, and attitude to surrender, which is initiated by me. That is a Shraddha. So I give what they ask, but whatever I give, everything that they ask for is all temporary. Krishna emphasizes that. In the end, Krishna says, all beings are born, taken this form with plurality. Only those who cannot get out of this illusion can attain me. Only those who can get out of this illusion can attain me. Verse 27 and 28, he says, what is the cause of bondage? Response is given with an example. A magnet is there. Magnet will not attract rusted iron. It has to be pure iron. If it is rusted, it will not be attracted. Similarly, as long as you have raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes, victory, defeat, good, bad, plurality, it is not possible to cross this ocean of whirlpool of samsara, of birth and death. So to get that pure mind, karma yoga is important. That karma yoga alone is the purification of the mind. Parenting is a karma yoga. So to escape from this bondage shackles, one has to understand that one supreme presence through individual efforts is a DIY, do-it-yourself program. It cannot be taught, scriptures or pointers. With its guidance, you explore and attain with your experiences. Yeah, Rede's one, yes.
So like raga dvesha means wants or likes and dislikes, right?
Likes and dislikes.
Yeah, I like someone. I like Hero Prabhas or something. So how karma yoga will eliminate that? I didn't understand.
How?
How karma yoga will stop that desire or something?
Say in my house, I have experienced this also. I like to drink coffee when I wake up in the morning every day. Suddenly, now that I'm living with my children, there's no coffee powder. One morning, what do? Do I blame them? No, I take tea. There is no tea also. I take hot water. Doesn't matter. Take something. You don't have to point finger at anybody at any time, in any situation. Right? That way your mind is pure. You are not getting angry with somebody. The negative emotions are gone. So every situation we have to observe. I like that person. No, that person is behaving like that, but there is an Atma in that. Don't get angry, don't respond. There's a difference between how you respond versus how you react. That is why responsibility is the ability to respond. So those things we have to keep observing on a daily basis. That is practice, because you can study this for 25 years. But if you don't observe yourself, and only in spirituality we self-assess ourselves, how do I think? How do I treat others? How do I interact?
Yeah, like whatever the desire I have, okay, that is Atman, I am also Atman. That is kind of a knowledge or jnanam, right? It's not karma yoga, right?
No, to get to that knowledge, you are understanding it intellectually. Are you able to practice it? That is the key. Only when you practice, that is abhyasa, that is yoga. That is why he has given 18 chapters of yoga. You have to practice each one. Then comes the realization. Until then, you intellectually, I know, I understand, I am that. But how do you behave with others? Because you don't see them as Atman. You argue, you fight. You treat, if there is a beggar outside, how do you treat? Do you treat that person as a homeless person, as a Atman? Again, my personal experience in Virginia, I was there, and I used to walk, and there was a homeless person sitting. He was watching the laundromat. Every day, whether if it is hot, he will sit outside in a chair. He cannot go inside during that time when other customers are coming. If it is cold also, he will be sitting outside. So one day when I was walking, I had a water bottle. I gave him the water bottle. Another time I bought a shawl or a blanket from the store and gave it to him. You have to see that Atman there sitting in that form. But we don't. When we see so many people around homeless, we just walk away. That is one thing here we always say, smile at other people. That's one thing that is very important, very normal in America. Whoever it is, when you pass somebody, you just smile or wave your hand. But it doesn't happen anywhere else.
So basically, knowledge, karma yoga is whatever we learned in a jnana, put it in a practice.
No, karma yoga leads you to jnana. Now that we have learned Atma Bodha, we have that knowledge. So you put it in practice. But general public, they don't know what is jnana. Right? They just do rituals for 30, 40 years. They do puja and go to temple, do this and that. They don't know what is jnana. They don't know who am I. For them, karma yoga helps them to improve their knowledge. And again, they are doing karma, not karma yoga. There is a difference between karma and karma yoga. Doing it without expecting any results. Offering without expecting any recognition. That is karma yoga. Whatever I do it because I'm blessed to be in that position. That attitude should be there throughout. I have also heard people tell children, I'm educating you, I'm spending all the money now. You need to give me back when I'm old. No, you expect it. You don't expect that. If they do it, that's fine. If they don't do it, that's also you accept it. So it has to come on a regular basis, karma yoga. So again, you listen to 1 to 6 chapter, especially 3, 4, and 5. You'll get a better clarity on what is karma yoga. So to escape from this bondage, you have to get out of this. It's a DIY program. Realize one knows and understands the meaning of 7 words, which Krishna explains in chapter 8. Such an individual who has this state of mind and knowledge is totally calm, unagitated, without anxiety at the time of physical death. With faith and knowledge increases, when faith and knowledge increases in an individual, it reflects the end of the bondage, releasing from the bondage, and is closer to self-realization, either before or immediately after shedding this body. Meaning there is no sukshma sharira to migrate to the next body. At that point, mind is clean, clear, and knowledge is gained. It is time to get released from this bondage. With that, he concludes chapter 7, and we'll go to the slide. Jnana Yoga. Yes.
But you mentioned it is a bhakti, right? But here, how to? There is no bhakti.
You have to listen. 7 to 12 is bhakti. Now you are knowing who God is. God is not outside. God is not outside. He has not taken a form. He is there. He is in every being. That is starting of bhakti. First, you need to know somebody. If I introduce somebody, you won't immediately start admiring, adoring that person. You have to mingle with that person for some time. Oh my God, this person knows so much. That won't happen on the first day. So this chapter, it's introducing who is Nirguna Brahma. So you have to go up to 12th. Then you will understand who is actually God. So step by step, he's taking us. So the yoga of knowledge and realization. So Jiva Swarupam is first 1 to 6 is Jiva Swarupam, nature of individual karma yoga. 7 to 12 is Ishvara Swarupam, nature of Brahman, Ishvara Swarupa. The nature and function and glory of Brahman is described. Both Brahman with qualities, that is Saguna Brahman, and Brahman without beyond qualities, Nirguna Brahman. 13 to 18 is Jiva Brahma Aikya, which is oneness of the Atma and Jiva Swarupam and Ishvara Swarupam, they are one and the same. Superficially, they are different, but essentially they are same. Both are one. So far we completed, before this, we did all these 6 chapters. Now we are in 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So Karma Yoga, if you look at it from the yoga perspective, 1 to 6 is Karma Yoga, 7 to 12 is Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga is 13 to 18. Individual efforts, divine grace, importance. Now listen, O Arjuna, how with the mind attached exclusively in me and surrendering me to me through the practice of Bhakti Yoga, you can know me completely free from doubt. So he's self-introducing himself here. These words are important. Samagraham means completely. This is asamshayam, without any doubt. Tatrano is listen attentively. Matya Saktamana is listen with your mind, not just to hear. You can hear without understanding. That is different. But you have to be actively listening. He's saying that, he's emphasizing that. So, because people always come with preconceived notions. They have different things. And then they try to compare this with that. No, don't do that. Otherwise, nothing will enter inside. Just like we tell our children, stay focused, look at me, I'm explaining, listen to me. But the child will be thinking of basketball. So same thing we do also when we are listening. We want to be careful. So jnanam is knowledge, vijnanam is experiential knowledge, which is wisdom. Having gained this knowledge, nothing more to learn, we have reached the summit, all our ignorance will get dispelled. Preparing Arjuna to stay focused, he's preparing it. To be a human is a rare phenomenon. Manushyanam sahasreshu. So that's what it is. Then the 8 elements, which is 5 elements plus mind, intellect, ego, they are apara prakriti. And also referred to as ashtada prakriti because of eightfold nature. Nimitta karanam and upadana karanam, intelligent cause and material cause, and he gives an example of the spider web. Everything is from the saliva and it goes back inside. So similarly, Brahman, that Nirguna Brahman is the Nimitta Upadana Karana. This is the picture I took in Virginia when I was walking. So this is the spider. The spider web immediately reminded me that Atman is there. So Binna is a subtle element. All the elements that are subtle that we don't see, we take it for granted. This is again, para prakriti is Satchitananda. I am the substratum of all. I am source, cause, holds all. I am in all. I alone is in every apparent appearance. Apparent is important. It is not true. It is not real. Witness of apara prakriti. I am the witness of apara prakriti. I am the consciousness. This one. This is my shadow. When I was walking, I took the picture. Apara Prakriti is all inert, all cosmic experiences. These are Ashtada Prakriti, 5 elements plus mind, intellect, and ego. These are all leaning on me, dependent on me, without independent existence. They are drishyam. That is something that is seen, are used with 5 senses. Destructible, perishable, all idam is this. They are all this. Leads to bondage, matter. So consciousness and matter. The essence of space is sound, the essence of Vayu is touch, the essence of Agni is sight, the essence of water is taste, the essence of earth is fragrance. Consciousness expressing through this matter is Jiva. Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yetam Taryate Jagat. our solar system, we have one star, our sun. Galaxy has got 200 billion stars. Universe has got 2 trillion galaxies, not just one galaxy. Total stars is 100 billion stars. So I got this from the website. Everyone studies matter, but when it comes to studying consciousness, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Quantum mechanics is moving forward. The entire universe is made of para prakriti and apara prakriti, the consciousness and matter. The entire cosmos is Nirguna Brahman. God alone is Ananta Kodi Brahmanda. That is only one.
Have you ever gazed at the night sky?
Let me show. This is just, let me see if it is short. It's 8 minutes, but I'll stop in
And
between.
wondered how many suns are out there. Picture this. Our own sun, that glorious celestial body that graces our daytime sky, is but a speck in the cosmic sea. Yes, you heard it right. Our sun, though it might seem unique to us, is just one of many stars scattered across the universe. As we stand here on Earth, we are merely spectators to a celestial ballet of countless stars, each one a sun in its own right, each one the heart of a distant solar system. Just as our sun is the life-giving center of our solar system, so too are these distant stars central to their own planetary families.
I'll send this to you again. You can watch. Oh, sorry. Okay. Why did I stop that? Hold on.
Ma'am, one question.
Yeah.
In the you just mentioned in the course of the day, one person can exhibit 3 type of qualities, no, ma'am?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so the same person behaves in a different way, no, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That is possible. That's why we don't judge anybody, because whatever they do it based on their situation.
Situation based. Okay.
Yeah. See, I may be angry and say something negative to you, or you say something to me. At that point, I should think,
Right.
always, I don't know what she's going through. Maybe she's going through some challenges, some difficulties. Let me talk to her after some time. So
Correct.
I don't
Exactly.
take it personal. I don't take it personally. If I take it personally, then I'm going to be thinking of her all the time.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then my mind is not in my control.
So I am disturbed.
I am always disturbed. I hold it and take it for years and years too.
Yes.
Even
Okay,
after
ma'am.
5 years before somebody said something, that will continue. Why is this? Watch later.
So then how to become, how to exhibit best qualities, ma'am, like sattvic,
Practice. Abhyasa.
abhyasa.
Practice. Every day, everything. That is why it is very difficult and people don't come here, because it's very challenging to practice. To change our mind is very difficult. We always have judgment about other people's behavior. Always. Even when they attend these classes, oftentimes people think, how can I share this with my daughter-in-law or with my son-in-law? They don't think about me. Krishna is talking to you, not to somebody else. When they listen to it, they will change.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So everyday practice, like I'm giving my examples. So Shiva represents 5 elements. Akash, that's why he has Damaru here. Can everybody see? Can everybody see?
We see the Krishna in the chariot.
Cannot see.
Krishna and
cannot see?
Arjuna.
No.
Krishna and Arjuna we could see, ma'am.
Krishna and Arjuna.
Your backdrop only we can see.
Now?
Now
Yes,
only now can
yes,
see.
yes, yes.
Now you see Shiva, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
this is what we saw. Now we are going to the next slide. Shiva represents 5 elements. Akash, that is Damaru. Vayu is this is a snake, that is Vayu. Agni is the third eye. Jala, that is water, that is coming Ganges. Prithvi is Vibhuti. That is the symbolism of in our fingers also. Thumb represents Agni. Then index finger represents Vayu. The middle finger represents Akash. This is Prithvi, this is Jala. It is a dance of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. That being underneath is the ignorance. He removes the ignorance completely, not knowing the Lord's nature. Tamaru indicates creation, sarga. Abhaya mudra, sustenance. I will take care of you, that is Titi. Fire on the left hand is a dissolution, layam. Left foot, left hand represents surrender unto me. See, this foot is here, this hand is here, saying surrender unto me. Only one God, everything is divine expression, Leela. I am in all, just like the thread goes through this all waves.
My favorite word, Chidvilasa, is there, ma'am, in the top.
Okay. Maybe different terminology, yes.
No, Chidvilasa is there on your slide on the top.
Oh, okay. I added it after listening to it. I did some experiment. So how does the ant knows that there is a sugar crystal on the countertop when you made a coffee? You drip your two or three crystals. That is Chit, that is the Chaitanyam, that is the intelligent in that ant. That is Atman. Presence of Atman is there in the form of Chit. How does a bud knows how to bloom? Who teaches that to bloom? That is Chit, that is intelligence. How does the plant knows how to absorb water? How does the bird knows to fly? When you throw a ball comes down, but the bird flies. How does a rock becomes a fruit? It's all nature. That's all expression of that divinity in each. That is Chit. Chaitanyam is in everything around us, but we don't look at it. We always look at people and we have Raga Dvesha. I am Chit, seed in all beings. That's what Krishna says in 7.9. I'm in everything around you. You pause and watch. Similarities. Brahman has no beginning, Maya has no beginning. So both are anadi. See, there is a white light. When it passes through the prism, it gives you 7 colors, right? That is Saguna Brahman. This is all visible. This is white light you don't see. We are more in the next slide coming. So Brahman is Chit, knowledge. Maya is Jatam, Achetana. This is Chetanam. This is Achetana. Brahman is Nirvikaram, no changes, modification. Maya is Savikaram. It always changes. Brahman is independent, Swatantram. This is Paratantram. It is dependent on Brahman. Brahman is Nirguna Brahman. Maya is Trigunatmika. Nirguna Brahman expresses as Apara Prakriti, Saguna Brahman with Nama Rupa alone, also referred to as Ishvara. When we say Ishvara, it is one of those 3. Individual efforts and divine grace both are equally important. Atman is not to be attained by the study of Vedas, nor by intelligence, nor by mere hearing, but the Atman can be attained only by him who seeks to know it. To him, that this Atma reveals its own nature. 4 different types of devotees. Artaha, Artarthi, Jinyasu, Jnani. They are all in together, they are all there, but all are my bhaktas. And this is Bhakti by Dr. K.S. Maheshwaran. He is a Chaturvedi. He has learned all Vedas. He is a professor in Madras Sanskrit College. I'll share that video with you. You can listen to him. He's from Kerala, so a little bit of Kerala, Sanskrit, everything is mixed when you talk. I enjoy his speeches. So nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. Each one has their own path. So try not to compare anyone with anybody. These are 4 different types. This is only when there is a problem, first one, when there is a struggle, sufferings, they pray to God. Then this one is for enjoyment, or for wealth, whatever they want. I want to pass their exam, I want to get that job interview, whatever you want to ask. Then this is, I want to seek you, I want to know you. That is jignasu. I and God is again duality. This is the one who is a jnani, who has realized Brahman. That is step 4. This one, I think I'll pass it on. This is, I didn't change it into English. This, I will pass it on. So because rust contains iron oxides, it cannot be attracted by the magnet. So similarly, Bharata, the dualities of desire and aversions arise from illusions. Stay away from raga dvesha. Vanquisher of enemies, all the living beings in this material world are deceived by these likes and dislikes. We should not have any kind of negative emotions towards anybody, attractions or repulsions. Snake is the symbolism of Maya in Saguna Brahman. It is a garland of Saguna Brahman, but it is a bondage for individuals. Bandhanam, it is a bondage, samsara. This is a fruit that we use it in India. I have not bought it here. Here there are only, it has got shell, seed and pulp, only 3. But we don't individually call it. We call all 3 together as a fruit. What is a fruit? Can you take out that wood apple? Then we don't just take out the pulp alone and say that's a fruit. All 3 together is a pulp. So also there are several words that he is mentioning, which will be discussed in chapter 8. A jnani who knows all these 3 and is never confused at the time of death. That means everything is only one. There is no difference. Difference is in the mind. With that, he ends this chapter. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.